Real ones, this is Miss Gigi. I'm back to do another video. Listen, let's talk about the switch. These men are out here doing, like, after you marry them. I have a confession. Listen, I have been, I saw it. That's why I'm twice divorced. And both of my husbands, they started out sweet, romantic, started buying me stuff, paying the bills, spending quality time with me. The sex was amazing. I was really, really happy in love. I was on cloud nine. This is the God honest truth. And, my husband meant the world to me. I would wake up happy. I would go to sleep happy. I bought him clothes and shoes and tablets and phones, you know what I'm saying? Like anything he needed, gave him, pocket money. I let him drive my car, anything. I don't remember the day or the hour. All I know is my first husband, he switched after 6 months after we married. He became like a butthole. He was very lazy. He didn't have any ambition. He decided not to go anywhere or do anything. He stayed on the couch. He stayed at home. He was a stay-at-home dad, like a person. I'm like, he got comfortable and complacent, and then he started being expecting it, like he was entitled. Like, I'm supposed to just let him do whatever he wanted to do, like rule the roost or whatever. And I'm like, you know, um, that was weird. And then he was like, he loved me. He was pouring out his heart to me, his heart and soul to me. And then he just switched into, this person that I couldn't even stomach anymore. I couldn't even stand to see him. He he betrayed me. Like, that was crazy. Then I came home and found panties under my couch, and I found another woman's lipstick. I'm not a size 2. I never been a size 2. And I don't wear nude Maybelline. Nude is not my shade. Black is my lipstick shade. And nude is just too light skin for me. That's too light of a shade for my dark skin. So it was, very embarrassing and humiliating experience with my first husband. Now and I was happy to get divorced after 6 years. I stayed in that too long. And then he tried to get me for alimony. And I'm like, oh my God, he told the court, he's like, oh, I don't work. I just get unemployment, but I'm gonna need alimony. The judge was like, well, you was married for 6 years, not 7 years. If you was married for 7 years, I would get you for alimony. I would give you some alimony. But we can't, it's because your marriage is, I was like, what? He actually pulled that. He tried to do that on me. That's horrible. And then my second husband, he was fun, he was gentle, he was very romantic, he was nice, spontaneous, he was outgoing. We spent quality time together. Every day he would be home for dinner by 7. He begged me, um, please be my girlfriend, please, please, please. And I was like, oh, he really liked me. And I was like, okay. So he was a whole vibe and everything. And then I promise you, my right hand of God, like, we dated for a year before getting married. And the day after our wedding, I told him, I say, okay, because he hasn't had a job in all that time. And I told him, I was like, this is the week, this is the time you should go job hunting. He slapped me so hard, he knocked my glasses off my face. I was like, oh my God, because he moved in with me. He moved in with me that same week, and he just suddenly he lost his job. And I'm like, I don't know if he did that on purpose or not, but he was chilling. He was not really trying to get up and go to work anymore. He was drinking all day, smoking cigarettes like a freight train back to back. And I was just like going over to his friend's house. He used to take me with him. But then he started leaving me at home and started leaving at 9 o'clock in the morning and come back 9 o'clock at night. I mean, he was just like very he switched. So I don't know what these men, why they do that. Why they just start off all romantic and very, very sweet, and then they beg you to marry them, and then they become like your worst nightmare. I don't understand why these men do that. But I get up and I work hard every single day. I take care of my son, and then you come into my life, with all these promises, thinking, I'm thinking that, I got a man who's gonna, help me out, be, come to restore, come to heal, come to love me, spend quality time with me. And, they switched. I don't know why they do that. And then he was upset with me when I filed for divorce. Both of them, my ex-husbands, cried. They was like, please don't leave me, please don't. It's like, you're not going to change, you're getting worse. And so it's not worth the trouble. Men today are not worth the trouble. And then, I was just so like mind blown of the switch. Like I just couldn't believe it. Like, how could you like want to live off me and live in my house for free and not want to contribute as a man? As a man who sees this hardworking woman who has a child, why would you not contribute? Why would you want to live off of her and drain my resources and eat up all my food? Because you know that food goes to my son, but don't you want to contribute? Why do you want to play mind games? Why do these men do that? They get us all falling in love with them, and then they want to treat us terrible. And then they say, oh, these women out here, these women ain't no good. All these women just want to be single. You know why? Because the men have mental instability. We don't know why the switch it is. When you switch the day or the hour, all we know is that you done, all hell done broke loose. You done knocked me out. Not, you know what I'm saying? Knocked me up against the wall. And because I'm telling you what I expect, and you're sitting up here and you're not going to contribute. I don't understand that. I don't understand, why would you date us if you know you have deceit in your heart? You have bad intentions from the start. It's like you have a demon in you, and then once once the I don't know, the fairy tale of it, the honeymoon phase of the relationship wears off, then you become your natural self, like you, because that's who you are. You are a jerk. And we didn't know it in the beginning. And they say, oh, Gigi, you just pick bad men. Well, the bad men pick me because they hide themselves. And that's not who they were when I met them. Of course, if I meet a jerk, I'm not going to date a jerk. I mean, that's just common sense. We don't just date mean guys. Like, you don't just, come on now. I mean, I'm a sweet person, you know. You don't just, you got to meet someone who matches your energy. He's sweet to me, I'm sweet to you. And then but you don't just date a jerk knowingly. Like, so these guys have bad intentions, and they seek out women who have a certain characteristic, who they think that they can deceive and manipulate. And that's why they seek us out. Empathetic people, empathetic women like me, like myself, that they feel like they can deceive us and manipulate us and into doing whatever it is they have on their mind. I don't know what they are thinking, but I know their intent is to deceive. And so that's why a lot of women are starting to remain single, because we don't know or trust the intent of men anymore when they say I love you, when they say I like you. Because as soon as that ring goes on your finger, they change and they be like, you're my property, I own you, you can't leave, it's not going to be that easy. I don't know what it is they're thinking in their mind, but it's just, when we are in love with them, it makes it hard, because we are legitimate committed to loving them, and we don't want to live alone. But a lot of women are now looking and considering that option, because the quality of men out here that are deceitful, and we can't really decipher the good from the bad anymore, because they are all lumped together. And I know that there's some good men out here. I just haven't found one. I have never found a good man in all the years that I have been alive. I have never had a good man, and that is so sad, because eventually they all turn out to be a very manipulative, deceptive man. And so even Malik's father, my son's father, he was very, charming in the beginning, and then he turned out to be um oh, the worst nightmare I've ever seen in my life. Like, I will not ever date my son's father ever again in life. And so it is another switch is when you give birth, it's like they don't like you anymore. It's like they know that they got you. And it's like she ain't going nowhere. She's had my baby. And it's like I could treat her any kind of way because you know I'm gonna need you for child support. You know I need you to, because a child is very cumbersome for a woman to do it on her own and to care for by herself. And so I chose to be a single mom. I chose to be single by choice, even though it is hard. It is hard to raise a child alone, but that's what they do, and that's what they know that you're going to call them and beg them for help and support. And so when you stop calling them and they see that you can make it on your own, they get mad. And it's like, why would you get upset? It's like you didn't make it easy for me to love you. And so when I chose to do it on my own, you're upset. It's like I don't understand. You're upset when I'm with you, and you're upset when I leave you. It's like there's no pleasing these men. No matter what it is that you do, you can cook, clean, and wash and screw them and go to work and pay all the bills, and they still gonna find a way to be angry with you. So these men are not worth the trouble. A lot of these men are not worth the trouble. I know there's good men out there, but I haven't found one yet. And I've seen a lot of women that had success in marriages. I have not yet been one of those women, but maybe one day my time is coming. I'm not rushing anything. I'm letting God, send the right man to me, but I'm not rushing because I have had so many bad experiences lately that I have had so many bad experiences that I am just not even um rushing love. I am not desperate for a man. I am content being single. I am enjoying my single season. I am single by choice. A lot of these men that speak to me, I look in the other direction. I don't really entertain even being in a relationship at this time because it's just a lot of deceptive men out there, and I don't know your intentions for wanting to date me. I am literally nervous about the men that tried to stop me in the grocery store. I was in Publix and I saw a guy. He could have been, a nice person, but I don't know, right? I just don't want a relationship. He was a pretty nice, decent looking man, but it's just I said no. I said no, I'm in a relationship. I lied. He was like, really? I was like, he's like, you're very beautiful. I said, well, thank you. So, I've had a couple of men flirt with me this past year, and so I just, and then just today at Publix I had a guy flirt with me. So I've been rejecting them a lot because I just don't know how what's your intentions of when is it gonna wear off, the romantic saga, whatever it is, manipulation and the deceit. Like, you have that, they have that in their heart. So I don't want to date anymore. Do you feel the same way I do about men? When you see a man that speak to you and flirt with you, what goes through your mind? I'm like, no, I don't want it. Meet me in the comment section. Let me know what you think and what has been your dating experience. And are you single by choice, or are you still looking for, hoping that Mr. Right finds you? Let's have this conversation. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. And if your man has did the switch, let me know when your man has did the switch in your marriage, after you married him or after you dated him, that the switch happened, or after you gave birth to your son, your child, and then the father of your child didn't want you anymore or something like that. Let me know if that has happened to you, because it has happened to me. My son is 19 years old. I am still separated from the father of my son, and I have no intentions of ever going back in life. Meet me in the comment section. Let's have this conversation. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Love, hugs, and kisses. Bye.